Shabbat shalom, peace and love. Shabbat shalom, peace and love, peace and love. Shabbat shalom. I'm going to be reading from the book of Numbers, chapter 4 to 7. Bear with me as I try to get through this. Y'all willing? The book of Numbers, chapter 4, verse 1. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and to Aaron, saying, verse 2, take a census of the sons of Kehath from among the children of Levi by their clans, by their father's house. Verse 3, from 30 years old and above, even to 50 years old, all who enter the service to do the work in the tent of appointment. Verse 4, this is the service of the sons of Kehileth in the tent of appointment, the Most High set apart matters. Verse 5, at the breaking of camp, Aaron and his sons shall come, and they shall take down the covering veil and cover the ark of the witness with it. Verse 6, and shall put on it a covering of fine leather, and spread over that an all blue wrapper, and shall insert its poles. Verse 7, and on the table of showbread they shall spread the blue wrapper, and shall put on it the dishes, and the ladle, and the bowls, and the jars for pouring, and the showbread on it. Verse 8, and they shall spread over them a scarlet wrapper, and cover the same with a covering of fine leather, and shall insert its poles. Verse 9, and shall take a blue wrapper and cover the lampstand of the light with its lamps, and its snuffers, and its trays, and all its oil vessels by which they serve it. Verse 10, and they shall put it with all its utensils in a covering of fine leather, and put it on a bar. Verse 11, and over the golden slaughter place they shall spread a blue wrapper, and cover it with a covering of fine leather, and shall insert its poles. Verse 12, and shall take all the utensils of service with which they serve in the set apart place, and shall put them in a blue wrapper. Cover them with a covering of fine leather, and put them on a bar. Verse 13, and shall remove the ashes from the slaughter place, and spread a purple wrapper over it. Verse 14, and shall put on it all the utensils by which they serve there, and fire holders, the forks and shovels, and the basins, and all the utensils of the slaughter place, and shall spread on it a covering of fine leather, and insert its poles. Verse 5, and when Aaron and his sons have finished covering the set apart objects and all the furnishing of the set apart place at the breaking of camp, then the sons of Kehath shall come to lift them, but let them not touch that which is set apart, lest they die. The matters are the burden of the sons of Kehath in the tent of appointment. Verse 16, and the oversight of Eleazar, son of Aaron, the priest, is the oil for the light, and the sweet incense, and the daily grain offering, and the anointing oil, and the oversight of all the dwelling place and all that is in it, with the set apart place and its furnishing. Verse 17, and Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and to Aaron, saying, verse 18, do not cut off the tribe of the clans of Kehathites from among the Levites. Verse 19, but do this to them, and they shall live and not die when they approach the most set apart objects. Aaron and his sons shall go in and appoint each of them to his service and his burden. Verse 20, they are not, however, to go in to watch while the set apart objects are being covered, lest they die. Verse 21, and Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, verse 22, take a census also of the sons of Gershon by their father's house, by their clans. Verse 23, register them from 30 years old and above, even to 50 years old, all who enter to perform the service, to do the service in the tent of appointment. Verse 24, this is the service This is the service of the clans of the Gershonites in serving and in bearing burden. Verse 25, and they shall bear the curtains of the dwelling place and the tent of appointment and its coverings, the covering of the fine leather that is on it, the covering for the door of the tent of appointment. Verse 26, and the screens of the courtyard and the covering for the door of the gate of the courtyard and the slaughter place and the cords and all the equipment for their service and all that is made for them, so shall they serve. Verse 27, at the mouth of Aaron and his sons is all the service of the sons of the Gershites, all their burden and all their service, and you shall appoint to them all the duty of their burden. Verse 28, this is the service of the clans of the sons of Gershon and the tent of appointment, and let their duties be under the hand of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest. Verse 29, as for the sons of Merari, register them by their clans and by their father's house. Verse 30, register them from the 30 years old and above, even to 50 years old, all who enter the service to do the work of the tent of appointment. Verse 31, and this is the duty of their burden according to all their service for the tent of meeting, the boards of the dwelling place and its bars and its columns and its sockets. Verse 32, and the columns around the courtyard with their sockets and their pegs and their cords with all their equipment and all their service, and assign to each by the name the equipment of the duty of their burden. Verse 33, this is the service of the clans of the sons of Merari, as all their services for the tent of appointment under the hand of Ishmar, son of Aaron the priest. Verse 34, so Moshe and Aaron and the leaders of the congregation registered the sons of Kehathites by their clans and by their father's house. Verse 35, from 30 years old and above, even to 50 years old, all who entered the service for work in the tent of appointment. Verse 36, and their registered ones by their clans were 2,750. Verse 37, these were the registered ones of the clans of the Kehathites, all those serving in the tent of appointment, whom Moshe and Aaron registered according to the mouth of Yahuwah by the hand of Moshe. Verse 38, and those registered ones of the sons of Gershon by their clans and by their father's house. Verse 39, from 30 years old and above, even to 50 years old, all who entered the service for work in the tent of appointment. Verse 40, the registered ones by their clans, by their father's house, were 2,630. Verse 41, these were the registered ones of the clans of the sons of Gershon, of all who serve in the tent of appointment, whom Moshe and Aaron registered according to the mouth of Yahuwah. Verse 42, and those of the clans of the sons of Merari who were registered by their clans, by their father's house. Verse 43, from 30 years old and above, even to 50 years old, all who entered the service for work in the tent of appointment. Verse 44, the registered ones by their clans were 3,200. Verse 45, these were the registered ones of the clans of the sons of Merari, whom Moshe and Aaron registered according to the mouth of Yahuwah by the hand of Moshe. Verse 46, all the registered ones of the Levites, whom Moshe and Aaron and the leaders of Yisrael registered by their clans and by their fathers' houses. Verse 47, from 30 years old and above, even to 50 years old, all who came to do the work of the service and the work of the bearing burdens in the tent of appointment. Verse 48, their registered ones were 8,580. Verse 49, according to the mouth of Yahuwah, they were registered by the hand of Moshe according to his service and according to his burden. Thus were they registered by him as Yahuwah commanded Moshe. Chapter 5, verse 1. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, verse 2, command the children of Yisrael to send out of the camp every leper, and everyone who has a discharge, and whoever becomes defiled for a being. Verse 3. Send out both male and female, send them outside the camp so that they do not defile their camps in the midst of which I dwell. Verse 4. And the children of Israel did so, to send them outside the camp, as Yahuwah had spoken to Moshe, so the children of Israel did. Verse 5. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, verse 6, speak to the children of Israel, when a man or a woman commits any sin that men commit in trespass against Yahuwah, and that being is guilty. Verse 7. Then they shall confess their sin which they have done, and he shall restore his guilt in its principal, plus 1/5 of it, and give it to whom he has been guilty. Verse 8. But if the man has no relative to restore the guilt to, the guilt which is restored goes to Yahuwah for the priest, in addition to the ram of the atonement, with which atonement is made for him. Verse 9. And every contribution of all the set apart gifts of the children of Israel, which they bring to the priest, becomes his. Verse 10. And every man set apart gifts becomes his. Whatever any man gives to the priest becomes his. Verse 11. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, verse 12. Speak to the children of Israel and say to them, when any man's wife turns aside and has committed a trespass against him. Verse 13. And a man has intercourse with her, and it is hidden from the eyes of her husband, and it is concealed that she has defiled herself, and there was no witness against her, nor was she caught. Verse 14. And a spirit of jealousy comes upon him, and he becomes jealous of his wife who has defiled herself, or a spirit of jealousy comes upon him, and he becomes jealous of his wife, although she has not defiled herself. Verse 15. Then the man shall bring his wife to the priest, and he shall bring the offering for her 1/10 of an ephah of barley flour. He is not to pour oil on it or put frankincense on it, because it is a grain offering of jealousy, and offering for remembering, for bringing crookedness to remembrance. Verse 16. And the priest shall bring her near, and shall make her stand before Yahuwah. Verse 17. The priest shall take set apart water in an earthen vessel, and take some of the dust that is on the floor of the dwelling place, and put it into the water. Verse 18. And the priest shall make the woman stand before Yahuwah, and shall uncover the woman's head, and put the offering for remembering in her hands, which is the grain offering of jealousy, while the priest hold in his hand the bitter water that brings a curse. Verse 19. And the priest shall make her swear and say to the woman, and the priest shall make her swear and say to the woman, if no man has laid with you, and if you have not turned aside to uncleanliness under your husband's authority, be free from this bitter water that becomes a curse. So this is like a documented curse for a suspicious wife who is suspected to be, adulterous. This is a specific curse that was conjured together for this, for the wives of this time. And I'm willing to bet this curse is still active. This can still be activated. Verse 20. But if you have turned aside under your husband's authority, and if you have defiled yourself, and some man other than your husband has lain with you, then the priest shall make the woman swear with the oath of the curse, and he shall say to the woman, Yahuwah make you a curse and an oath among your people. When Yahuwah makes your thigh waste away and your belly swell. Wow. This is the curse. Verse 27, and this water that causes the curse shall go into your inward parts. It shall go into your inward parts. I'm sorry. And this water shall cause, I'm sorry, yeah. And this water that causes the curse shall go into your inward parts and make your belly swell and your thigh waste away. And the woman shall say, Amen, Amen. This is what the woman shall say. Like, she should accept this curse if it's true that she has been adulterous. And if she doesn't accept the curse or accept it, to agree to this, then it's clearly that she's been, adulterous. Verse 23, and the priest shall write these curses in a book. And the priest shall write these curses in a book. And shall wipe them off into the bitter water. Wow. This is really a curse being created. Verse 24, and shall make the woman drink the bitter water that brings the curse, and the water that brings the curse shall enter her to become bitter. Ain't that something? She have to drink the words itself. Drink the curse. Not only recite the curse, but drink the curse. Like to drink the ink of the curse. This is wild, man. This is, I don't question it because, a man has to know. It has nothing. This. You can't call a man insecure. It wasn't calling no man insecure at this time to get out of the elephant in the room. What needed to be figured out if the woman slept out or not. It wasn't no getting around it. Verse 25, and the priest shall take the grain offering of jealousy from the woman's hand and shall wave the offering before Yahuwah and bring it to the slaughter place. Verse 26, and the priest shall take a hand filled with the offering as its remembrance offering and burn it on the slaughter place. And afterward make the woman drink the water. Verse 27, and when he has made her drink the water, then it shall be, if she has defiled herself and has committed a trespass, against her husband, that the water that brings the curse shall enter her and become bitter, and her belly shall swell, and her thigh shall waste away, and the woman shall become a curse among her people. This is how a woman becomes a curse among her people. Her belly swelling, her thigh wasting away. After this specific curse. Verse 28, but if the woman has not defiled herself and is clean, then she shall be clear and shall conceive children. Verse 29, this is the Torah of jealousy. This is the Torah of jealousy. When a wife turns aside under her husband's authority and defiles herself. Verse 30, or when a spirit of jealousy comes upon a man and he becomes jealous of his wife, then he shall make the woman stand before Yahuwah, and the priest shall do to her all this Torah. Verse 31, and the man shall be clear from crookedness, but the woman bear her crookedness. If she's, if she's guilty of all of this. Chapter 6, verse 1. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, verse 2, speak to the children of Israel and say to them, when a man or a woman does separate by making a vow of a Nazarite to be separate to Yahuwah. Verse 3, he separates himself from wine and strong drink. He drinks neither vinegar of wine nor vinegar of strong drink. Neither does he drink any grape juice. Neither does he drink any grape juice, nor eat grapes or raisins. Just stay away from it altogether. Verse 4, and this is a Nazarene. This is a Nazarene, a Nazarite. This is if one vowing to be a man or a woman vows to be a Nazarite. Verse 4, all the days of his separation he does not eat whatever is made of the grapevine, from seed to skin. Verse 5, all the days of the vow of his separation a razor does not come upon his head. A razor does not come upon his head until the days are completed from which he does separate himself to Yahuwah. He is set apart. He shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow long. He shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow long. This is only for those dedicating themselves to be, Nazarene. Verse 6, all the days of his separation to Yahuwah, he does not go near a dead, unalive body. Verse 7, he does not make himself unclean for his father or for his mother, for his brother or his sister, when they are unalive, because his separation of Yahuwah is on his head. Verse 8, all the days of his separation he is set apart to Yahuwah. Verse 9, and when anyone is unalive beside him in an instant, suddenly, and he has defiled the head of his separation, then he shall shave his head on the day of his cleansing. On the seventh day he shaves his head. Verse 10, and on the eighth day he brings 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons to the priest to the door of the tent of appointment. Verse 11, and the priest shall prepare one as a sign offering and the other as an ascending offering, and shall make atonement for him because he sinned by reason of the dead body. And he shall set apart his head on that day. Verse 12, and shall separate to Yahuwah the days of his separation, and shall bring a male lamb a year old, a guilt offering, but the former days are not counted, because his separation was defiled. Verse 13, and this is the Torah of the Nazarite. When the days of the separation are completed, he is brought to the door of tent of appointment. Verse 14, and he shall bring his offering to Yahuwah, 1 male lamb a year old, a perfect one, as an ascending offering, and one ewe lamb, a year old, a perfect one, as a sin offering, and one ram, a perfect one, as a peace offering. Verse 15, and the basket of unleavened bread, cakes of fine flour mixed with oil, and unleavened thin cakes, anointed with oil, and their grain offering with their drink offering. Verse 16, and the priest shall bring them before Yahuwah and prepare his sin offering and his ascending offering. Verse 17, and he shall prepare the ram as a slaughtering of peace offering to Yahuwah, together with the basket of unleavened bread, and the priest shall prepare its grain offering and its drink offering. Verse 18, and the Nazarite shall shave the beard of his separation of the door of the tent of appointment, and shall take the hair from the head of his separation, and shall put it on the put it on the fire which is under the slaughtering of the peace offering. Verse 19, and the priest shall take the boiled shoulder of the ram and one unleavened cake from the basket, and one unleavened thin cake, and put them upon the hands of the Nazarite after he has shaved his hair of separation. Verse 20, then the priest shall wave them in wave offering before Yahuwah. It is the set apart for the priest beside the breast of the wave offering and beside the thigh of the contribution. And afterwards the Nazarite shall drink wine. And afterwards the Nazarite shall drink wine. This is after. This is after setting itself apart. Verse 21, this is the Torah of the Nazarite who vows to Yahuwah the offering of his separation, and besides that, whatever else his hand is able to provide. According to the vow which he takes, so he shall do according to the Torah of his separation. Verse 23, and Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, verse 23, verse 22 was the last. Speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, this is how you bless the children of Israel. So this is how he blessed. So he's about to teach us how to bless the children of Israel, the people of God. Say to them, Yahuwah bless you and guard you. Verse 25, Yahuwah make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Verse 26, Yahuwah lift up his face upon you and give you peace. So this is the blessing that we're to bless our people, God's people. Verse 27, thus they shall put my name on the children of Israel, and I myself should bless them. And I myself blesses them. Chapter 7, verse 1. And it came to be when Moshe finished setting up the dwelling place, and he anointed it and set it apart and all its furnishings, as well as the slaughter place and all its utensils. Thus he anointed them and set them apart. Verse 2, and the leaders of Israel, heads of their fathers' houses who were the leaders of the tribes and over the ones registered, draw near. Verse 3, and they brought their offering before Yahuwah, 6 covered wagons and 12 cattle, a wagon for every 2 of the leaders, and for each one a bull, and they brought them near before the dwelling place. Verse 4, and Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, verse 5, accept these from them and they shall be used in doing the service of the tent of appointment. And you shall give them to the Levites, each one according to the service. Verse 6, and Moshe took the wagons and the cattle and gave them to the Levites. Verse 7, he gave 2 wagons and 4 cattle to the sons of Gershon according to their service. Verse 8, and he gave 4 wagons and 8 cattle to the sons of Merari according to their service, under the hand of Ethiam, son of Aaron the priest. Verse 9, but to the sons of Kehath he gave none, because theirs was the service of the set apart object which they bore on their shoulders. Verse 10. And the leaders brought the dedication offering of the slaughtering place in the day it was anointed. So the leaders brought their offering before the slaughter place. Verse 11, and Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, let them bring their offering and 1 liter each day for the dedication of the slaughter place. Verse 12, and the one who brought his offering of the first day was Nashon, son of Amminadab, from the tribe of Yehuda. Verse 13, and his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekels of the set apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. Verse 14, 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. Verse 15, 1 young bull, one ram, male, lamb a year old as an ascending offering. Verse 16, 1 male goat as a sin offering. Verse 17, and as a slaughtering of peace offerings, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Nashon, son of Amminadab. Verse 18, on the 2nd day, Nathaniel, son of Sasar, leader of Yehissachar, brought near. Verse 19, he brought his offering, 1 silver gift, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekels of the set apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil, and a grain offering. Verse 20, 1 gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. Verse 21, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old as an ascending offering. One male goat as a ascending offering. Verse 23, and an ascending and as a slaughtering of the peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Nathaniel, son of Zerar. Verse 20, on the third day, Eliab, son of Helon, leaders of the children of Zebulun. Verse 25, his offering was 1 silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, and 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekels of the set apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. Verse 26, old gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. Verse 27, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old as an ascending offering. Verse 28, 1 male goat as a sin offering. Verse 29, and as a slaughtering of peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Eliab, son of Helon, Verse 30. On the fourth day, Eleazar, son of Shedeur, leader of the children of Reuben. Verse 31. Which his offering was one silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, and silver pole of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set apart place, both of them filled with fine flour and with oil, a grain offering. Verse 32. And one gold tattle of 10 shekels, filled with incense. 33. One young bull, one ram, and male lamb, a year old, as an ascending offering. Verse 34. One male goat as a sin offering. Verse 35. And a slaughtering of peace offerings, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Elisar, son of Shedeur. Verse 36. On the fifth day, Shalomel, son of Tarishadai, leader of the children of Shimon. Verse 37. His offering was one silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, one silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as grain offering. Verse 38. One gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. Verse 39. One young bull, one ram, one male lamb, a year old, as an ascending offering. Verse 40. One male goat is a sin offering. Verse 41. And as a slaughtering of peace offering, 2 cattle of 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Shalomel, son of Serdai. Verse 42. On the sixth day, Eliasaphat, son of Deuel, leader of the children of Gad. Verse 43. This offering was one silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, one silver bowl of 70 shekel, according to the children of the set apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. Verse 44. One gold ladle of 10 shekels filled with incense. Verse 45. One young bull, one ram, one male lamb year old as a sin offering. Verse 46. One male goat as a sin offering. Verse 47. And as a slaughter of the peace offering, 2 cattle, 5 ram, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Eliasaphat, son of Deuel. Verse 48. On the seventh day, Elishama, son of Amihad, leader of the children of Ephraim. Verse 49. His offering was one silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekel, one silver bowl of silver, one silver bowl of 70 shekel, according to the shekel of set apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. Verse 50. One gold ladle of the 10 shekel filled with incense. Verse 51. One young bull, one ram, and one male lamb, a year old, as an ascending offering. Verse 52. One male goat is a sin offering. Verse 53. And as a sin offering, and as a slaughtering of peace offerings, 2 cattle, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Elishama, son of Ammahad. Verse 54. On the 8th day, Gamiel, son of Pedazar, leader of the children of Menashe, weight of which was 130 shekel, one silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekels of the set apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. Verse 56, one gold ladle of the 10 shekels filled with incense. Verse 57, one young bull, the ram, one male lamb as a year old, as an ascending offering. Verse 58, one male goat as a sin offering. Verse 59, as a slaughtering of peace offering, two cattle, five rams, five male goats, five male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Gamaliel, son of Pedazar. Verse 60, on the ninth day, Abidan, son of Gedoni, leader of the children of Benjamin. Verse 61, his offering was one silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, one silver bowl of 70 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set apart place, both of them filled with the flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. Verse 62, one gold ladle of the 10 shekel filled with incense. Verse 63, one young bull, one ram, one male lamb, a year old, as an ascending offering. Verse 64, one male goat as a sin offering. Verse 65, and as a slaughtering of the peace offering, two cattle, five rams, five male goats, five male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Abidan and Gideoni. Verse 66, on the 10th day, Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai, leader of the children of Dan. Verse 67, his offering was the silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 100 bowl of 70 shekel, according to the shekel of the set apart place, both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as grain offering. Verse 68, one gold ladle of the 10 shekel filled with incense. Verse 69, one young bull, one ram, one male lamb, a year old, as an ascending offering. Verse 70, one male goat as a sin offering. Verse 71, verse 71, and as a slaughtering of peace offering, two cattle, five ram, five male goat, five male lambs, a year old. There was the offering of Ahishar, son of Ammadashah. Verse 72, on the 11th day, Pagiel, son of Akron, leader of the children of Asher. Verse 73, his offering was one silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, one silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the children of a set apart place, both of them filled with the fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. Verse 74, one gold ladle of the 10 shekel filled with incense. Verse 75, one young bull, one ram, one male lamb, a year old, as an ascending offering. Verse 67, one male goat as a sin offering. Verse 77, and as a slaughtering of the peace offering, two cattle, five rams, five male goats, five male lambs as a year old. This was the offering of Pagiel, son of Akron. Verse 78, on the 12th day, Ahira, son of Enan, leader of the children of Naphtali. Verse 79, his offering was one silver dish, the weight of which was 130 shekels, one silver bowl of one silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the set apart place, but both of them filled with fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. Verse 80, one gold ladle of the 10 shekels filled with incense. Verse 81, one young bull, one ram, one male lamb, a year old, as an offering, as a ascending offering. Verse 83, and as the slaughtering of peace offerings, 2 cattle of 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Ahira, son of Enan. Verse 84, this was the dedication of the slaughter place from the leaders of Israel when it was anointed. 12 silver dishes, 12 silver bowls, 12 gold ladles. Verse 85, each silver dish was 130 shekels, and each bowl 70 shekels. All the silver of the vessel was 2,400 shekels, according to the shekel of the set apart place. Verse 86, the 12 gold ladles filled with incense was 10 shekels each, according to the shekel of the set apart place. All the gold of the ladles was 120 shekels. Verse 87, all the cattle for the ascending offering were 12 young bulls, the rams 12, the male lambs a year old 12, and their grain offering, and the male goats as a sin offering 12. Verse 88. And all the cattle for the slaughtering of peace offering were 24 bulls, the ram 60. This was the dedication of the slaughter place after it was anointed. Verse 89. And when Moshe went into the tent of appointment to speak with him, he heard the voice of one speaking to him from above the lid of the atonement, that was the ark of witness, from between the 2 cherubim. Thus he spoke to him. That was the book of Numbers, chapter 3 to 7. I'm going to close out this live, and if you're able to jump back on, we're going to get into the book of Ezekiel, I believe. You know, y'all willing, you're able to pull up. If not, peace, love, Shabbat Shalom, peace and love.